Hi ladies and gentlemen, Morino Ravenberg here again. I'm going to keep this video really short. That's the reason that I didn't set my camera up. I'm holding my camera in my hand right now. I think you can tell because the close-up shot is a bit closer than usual. Usually I just sit in the background. In any case, this is going to be a short video on the angel and to which this article is attached. Descriptions as usual are in the link below, called Shalgiel. Shalgiel is mentioned in one of the books of Enoch. I don't know, there are 3 books of Enoch, 1, 2, 3, I don't know which one. I basically have all 3 of them compiled into one. And Shalgiel is also a weather spirit. Shalgiel is labeled the angel of snow in specifically the part of the book of Enoch that describes angels that rule over specific weather anomalies or specific seasons or specific aspects of weather, for example, thunder, rain, snow, you name it. Shalgiel is the 3rd spirit that I've worked with. In short, it's the 3rd weather spirit that I've worked with. In short, the ritual was a failure, but that's normal, okay? Bottom line is that I live my current location is within a tropical environment, a country with a tropical climate, and I basically asked Shalgiel to make it snow, and I thought to myself, that is going to be one hell of a trick if it snows here, where it's usually 30 degrees outside, or even hotter. And it has never, since the existence of this country, it has never snowed here. I don't think it has literally never snowed here. I can briefly remember a small, barely worth mentioning hail for maybe an half an hour or something like that, but no snow, okay? This is again, this country is one with a tropical environment or a tropical climate, and yeah, that's it. And I carried out a one-time invocation. This article is more of an entry for myself, specifically for myself, on Shalgiel. Shalgiel is Martian, corresponds to 13 degrees in Scorpio, and yeah, he's a very aggressive and pushy one. Not in a bad way, but he's very anxious to get to work, to put it that way, like I also state in the article. This was, let's see, today is Friday. I carried out the ritual yesterday. Yeah, I carried out the ritual yesterday morning. It was the day before yesterday, Wednesday, that the idea occurred to me. I don't know, I was just inspired to do something like this. I just had an epiphany, to put it that way. And after that I just went to work, and sooner or later Shalgiel showed up, and I made offerings to him yesterday and so on and so forth. But last night, let's just say after, I just wanted to carry out the ritual as quickly as possible, and he wanted that too, because he stayed with me since Wednesday. He stayed with me through the night, and I was like, wow, okay, you're really anxious to get this thing going. And he was like, yeah, you have no idea. You don't mind if I stay in the background, do you? And I was like, no, okay, I don't mind. You can stay in the background. But yeah, it is noticeable how pushy he is. Okay, it's basically like somebody waiting in line and somebody who refuses to leave until the transaction has been completed. Just in a figurative sense. If you were to insist on him leaving, I do think that he would leave. But it all aligns perfectly well with his Martian nature. And in any case, the ritual didn't work, despite the fact that I only did it yesterday. But it's okay, because my intuition told me, okay, last night my intuition told me this is not going to work, because I'm overreaching myself, to say the least. This is a stretch. A one-time summoning is not nearly going to be enough for what I want, causing a cold weather climate or a cold weather anomaly, a cold weather occurrence. Okay, we're talking about 10 degrees and below within an environment that is tropical, and that has always been tropical. You're asking for a near wonder. It's like asking for an earthquake. It is realistically doable, but it is definitely not going to be achieved by a mere one-time summoning, okay? Just making minor offerings, and that was all. And my own readings confirmed that, okay? Because I cast a chart for myself, and I was like, nah. And my chart confirmed that it was not going to work. And my chart literally states that I'm overreaching myself. And I thought to myself, okay, obviously, yeah, how could I have been so stupid? But to be honest, I just reacted on impulse. In any case, like I said, I'm going to keep it real short. That is the entry on Shalgiel. I'm going to keep him in mind. This is the third weather spirit that I've worked with. I'm really keeping him in mind. These are all good guys, okay? The angels described in Enoch, or generally speaking, these guys are all nice, strong guys. And while I'm on the subject of weather spirits, I'm also going to cover Matariel. I'm not going to create individual videos for those guys. Those of you, I'm going to add the links in the description below too on Matariel and Pazuzu. Shalgiel and Matariel are angels from the book of Enoch. These are specifically weather angels, angels that rule the weather and so on. Matariel is said to rule over the rain. You can check out the article on that one. He is mercurial. Yeah, Matariel is mercurial, but he also has he's also very good to work with and very strong in a balancing sense. His specialty is more to bring out the balance out the weather and to in a peaceful non-threatening or non-aggressive way. Yeah, they're here right now. Shalgiel isn't here right now. Matariel just briefly. Let me see what else. And last but not least, that's on Matariel, okay. And last but not least, Pazuzu. Pazuzu's ritual was successful. Okay, Pazuzu, long story short, is a pagan god. I think an Assyrian god or something. In any case, Babylonia or Assyrian or Sumerian even. I think it's more Sumerian. In any case, you can read the article on that. And I carried the ritual out, I think maybe close to a year ago or half a year ago on Pazuzu. And I asked him to make the rain stop because it kept raining profusely in my location. And not only did he do so, but he gave me what I wanted without me having to ask for it. Near picture perfect weather. I'm talking about clear skies for a week. Sun kept shining. No rain. None whatsoever. Literally not even a cloud in the sky within the center of town. And this was all because with a simple one-time invocation, okay? The same method of working as I'm applying now, or as I applied yesterday. Yeah, and that was it for a week basically. I was also overreaching myself back then, but in a different way, okay? I asked him for 2 weeks and he said, nah. He almost giggled. He was like, nah, the best I can do for you is a week. Literally a week. And I was like, fine, so be it. Long story short, the reason that one was successful is for the simple reason I wasn't overreaching myself, let's just say goal-wise or target-wise. Okay, rain here is a normal common occurrence, as is basically the case anywhere, depending on the season you find yourself in. In Western countries, it's just basically default: spring, summer, autumn, winter, and it's normal in the summertime, or I think even in the other seasons, to just rain. But within countries that have a tropical climate, rain is normal. It's dry weather or rain, one of the two, or sometimes a combination of both, or something equivalent. So it was normal. I wasn't overreaching myself. I wasn't asking him to literally block out the sun, to put it that way, like I did yesterday, in a figurative or metaphorical sense. I literally just asked him something simple, something that was realistically doable in accordance with my offerings and my petition. And he did live up to his, Pazuzu did commit to success. Pazuzu did carry out the ritual successfully, like I just said. So that is, Pazuzu is the first weather spirit that I have experience with or worked on. So again, Pazuzu, Matariel, and Shalgiel. The last two, okay, no offense meant to Pazuzu, but the last two are better, okay. I prefer when you're working with angels. They're better, but I have never tested out Matariel's power because I have no need for rain or consistent drought. And in Shalgiel's sense, I already discussed that just now. It's not doable. It's not doable with a simple one-time summoning. No. If I really wanted to make it snow in this location in the long term, let's just say snow for a year or half a year, all hell here would break loose. People would not believe their eyes, and the entire country would be in disarray. Because people here are not used to cold temperatures and cold climates. They're used to 30 degrees and above, or 20 degrees at the most. But if I make it literally, the temperature here drop to 10 degrees and beyond, specifically below, let alone sub-zero temperatures, a bunch of people here are going to die. and the beggars are going to be the first one to die. Long story short, that is realistically doable, and it's just not worth my time and resources. Okay, I can commit to work, and I still need to think about it, but at first glance, it's not worth my time and resources. I'm not going to waste time and energy and all of that, and offerings and so on a goal that is impractical. There's no reason for me. There's no way I can benefit from making it snow here and causing frigid temperatures to rule here. But yeah, it's realistically doable. I'd have to commit to it in the long term. I'd have to perform ultimate work. I'd have to undertake an ultimate working. I'd have to erect an altar for Shalgiel, and so on and so forth. But that's in any case it. That's the gist of it. Shalgiel is he's very beautiful regarding appearance. It's a huge angel. Okay, a big guy, very robust and everything. With weather, basically elemental weather clothing, or elemental water clothing. That's normal based on the Scorpio correspondence. Okay, he's dressed in orange and blue. He's standing before me right again. He's standing before me again right now. Yeah, he's dressed in orange blue clothing. Very nice looking, okay. Very colorful and fashionable, trendy. And he also has a sight. And in one hand and an hourglass in the other. Sometimes he holds 2 hourglasses in both his hands. And generally speaking, hair is blonde, okay, tied in a man bun, held together by 2 picks, almost like those Chinese chopsticks. And his pupils are also the same as his robe, okay, sometimes orange, and sometimes blue, and sometimes both. So that is it for Shalgiel. He's thanking me right now for the attention and for the video and the article, as usual. That's basically it. I have nothing else. No.